You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The former Assistant Superintendent of Fisheries here on Grand Bahama praising the Royal Bahamas Defense Force on a job well done in capturing 3 motherships with hundreds of Dominican poachers. He says the crackdown must continue with stiffer penalties for those who breach the Fisheries Act. Shashina Farquharson reports.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force receiving high praises after escorting 124 fishermen from 3 Dominican Republic motherships to Nassau. They were apprehended in Cuban waters by the Cuban Border Patrol for poaching in Bahamian waters, and that resulted in a collaborative effort by the RBDF with the U.S. Coast Guard and the Cuban Border Patrol. Former Assistant Superintendent of Fisheries Clement Campbell says that he is most pleased with this operation, particularly the fact that Cuba has played such an integral role.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very pleased. Most of all, what I like about that whole exercise, as a citizen of this country I'm speaking, not pertaining to fisheries business, the Cuban assisted the Bahamian Defense Force in getting the Dominicans. So that means the Bahamas has come a long way. Because you remember about 20 plus years ago, the same Cubans killed some of the Defense Force officers in a boat incident for protecting the waters. So the collaboration between the 3, the U.S., Cubans, and Bahamian, that's going to get stopped.
But he believes that the time has come for stiffer penalties for poachers.
If they go there and they pay $50,000 or $100,000, that's a joke. That's a joke. They can catch enough lobster in one day. That's worth $100,000. So it has to be like a fine of $1 million and plus 10 years in prison. And that's it. And the boat gets destroyed.
Campbell says for far too long, poachers have taken advantage of Bahamian waters and notes that they have no respect or regard for what is rightfully Bahamian.
With those foreign fishermen, right, they catch anything that's in the sea. We don't like porgy, we don't like grunt, we don't like margaret fish, we don't like turbot. They carry everything. They don't like, nothing bad. It's because anything is 99% out of the things out of the sea is eatable. We just too cute. We want snapper and we want grouper. But they take everything. Everything come out of that sea is worth something. It's the richest part of the world, the water.
Shashina Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Students at the Jack Hayward High School getting some insight into the world of work. This week, they were able to explore possible career opportunities. Jay Philippe has more.
The guidance department at Jack Hayward High School held its career day under the theme Technology to the World. Guidance counselor Siobhan Rose says it's important that technology is at the forefront.
We're living in a technological age now, and this is what the children know: technology, the phones, the computers. And so we decided to introduce careers to them that deal with technology on a daily basis.
Present at the career day were marine pilots, architects, multimedia outlets, biomedical engineers, and meteorologists, just to name a few. Trinidad Times from the Department of Meteorology talks on the significance of this day.
This was somewhat important for me to come out here to spread the message that meteorology is not just something we just pull something out of the air and a magic trick or whatever. We are actually a science that we're trying to get exploded because it's very small right now. And we're looking for people, and we need to get young people interested from here so they could work their way into that field instead of trying to scramble at the end of the day.
12th grader Teron Bain says this career day experience has helped him to shift his focus now that he's in his senior year at the school.
I've been looking around, I've seen many careers, I've been exploring, but the two, what I saw, what stood out to me the most is the biomedical engineering and the forensics, because I find those two interesting because biomedical engineering deals with mainly repairing machines and stuff. And how I want to become an electrical engineer, that's the career I want to pursue. I feel like biomedical engineering falls along those lines.
The career showcase here at Jack Hayward High School has proven to be very successful, as many kids would have gotten a head start on careers once they would have graduated high school. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Jay Philippe.
Some of the country's top fashion designers, past and present, will be honored next weekend for their work in the industry. It is dubbed the Bahamas Fashion Awards, and it is expected to attract the who's who of the local fashion industry. Local fashion icon Pepper Johnson is among the honorees to be recognized. She began her modeling career in the early 70s at the age of 18, and that passion for fashion took her around the world. Pepper Johnson will be honored at the 2018 Bahamas Fashion Honor Awards for her legacy as a print and runway model, as well as a modeling coach. Following her work internationally, she says she moved to Grand Bahama for 2 years, where she developed a unique technique.
I developed the technique, the mannequin. Models would freeze pose in the window and show the garments, and it was an advertisement. The mannequin was the Women 80s Festival in Nassau. We showcased the mannequin there. So I'm known for that technique.
Johnson says she modeled around the Caribbean, in New York, London, Paris, and Los Angeles. She says she's also worked with top brands and leaders in the industry.
I've worked with Wilhelmina Modeling Agency, Yves Saint Laurent in Paris. I was in Paris for 2 weeks. I had a tutorial with the master makeup artist, Michelle, and I've traveled all over the Caribbean training makeup artists, and Calvin Klein, Yves Saint Laurent, as I mentioned before, Chanel, Dolce and Gabbana.
Johnson trained hundreds of models here in the Bahamas, but unfortunately, her work slowed down after having a stroke in 2009. She says that she is grateful to be receiving this honor.
I'm so grateful and I'm so humble. I am elated, and to take part in that, because I didn't think they were going to give me my flowers while I was alive. But I thank God. I thank God for Gerard. He's worked tirelessly getting the show together, and the committee in Nassau. I thank them. All of my models are going to be on the runway.
The Fashion Honor Awards will be held on Sunday, October 28th in the nation's capital. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi and welcome. Breast cancer is the second most common kind of cancer in women. A mammogram, the screening test for breast cancer, can help find breast cancer early when it's easier to treat. National Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a chance to raise awareness about the importance of early detection. A study carried out in the Bahamas by Dr. Judith Hurley of the University of Miami found that 23% of women in the Bahamas with breast cancer had the gene mutation known as the BRCA gene, the highest reported rate in the world. Further, the study showed that 43% of women in the Bahamas who died of breast cancer were younger than age 50, and 14% of them died between the ages of 31 and 40. Women who have these abnormal genes may be more likely to develop a cancer of the breast or ovaries. For this reason, the discussion of mammograms is so important for Bahamian women. So please discuss this with your doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.